Hey, hold on, man. Caitlin Clark might be the greatest player in women's basketball, dog. Hold on, man. You know how good you have to be to play in a position that you don't necessarily play in and still win MVP? Are you kidding me? What in the world, dog?
That reaction says it all. It is not just hype, it is proof. What happened in Puerto Rico was not supposed to happen. Winning tournament MVP while being used out of position in 4 or 5 games is almost unheard of at this level, but Caitlin Clark made it look normal.
Standing in front of us.
We gotta take a look at this, man. Hold on.
The TISO MVP of the tournament is none other. Basketball World Cup qualifying tournament here in Puerto Rico.
Here is what really happened at the FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup qualifying tournament in San Juan. USA Basketball tried something different. They took the best point guard in women's basketball and moved her to small forward. Not for one night, for most of the tournament. And even with that change, she still ran the event. Game 1 against Mexico on January 23rd, she played point guard and put up 17 points on 80% shooting. It was threes and layups, plus 12 assists for a double-double. That is the version everyone recognizes. Then the staff decided to switch it up.
Made an instant impact during her first senior footsteps with USA. San Juan, Puerto Rico, Caitlin Clark of USA has been named TISO MVP at the FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup 2026 qualifying tournament in San Juan. Making her eagerly anticipated senior tournament debut for her country, Clark lived up to the billing by delivering an excellent display for the reigning champions. Taking USA to a 5-0 clean sweep.
Game 2 against Puerto Rico, they slid her to the 3 spot. She scored 8 points, shot 33%, and hit 20% from 3. The offense looked slow and out of sync, but look at how she responded in other areas. 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. She reshaped her whole approach to fit a role she does not normally play. Game 3 against Italy, still at small forward, she had 12 points, went 80% from the field, 66% from deep, and added 5 assists. The efficiency returned even while she was still out of position. And the detail many people missed is simple. She had the best plus-minus on the team. When Caitlin was out there, the USA controlled the game. When she sat, it got much closer.
Played Puerto Rico, and I think this game was so sluggish. Now, the thing is, she played her position in the first game, and then all of a sudden we started putting her at the 3. This is why this is crazy, man. This is why this is crazy. Now, she was playing at the 3 in this game. She had 8 points in this one, 33%, 20 from the 3. Had 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, and 1 block. So the defense was piped up in this game. I remember going crazy about the defense in this game, but the offense was very sluggish. And she didn't shoot that well in this game, right? Now we go back. We played Italy, and I think she looked way better in this game. We see Caitlin, 12 points, 80% from the field, 66 from the 3, had 5 assists, also had 5 turnovers in this one though. But even with those 5 turnovers, she was kind of like at the end, she threw one way out just to throw it to Paige. She wasn't caring about the turnovers.
Now look at the full tournament numbers. Caitlin led Team USA in efficiency rating at 14.6. She was second in scoring at 11.6 points per game on 52.9% shooting. And here is the part that stands out most. She led the tournament with 6.4 assists per game. She is guarding wings, working off screens, playing like a forward, and she is still creating better shots for teammates than anyone else on the roster. Compare that to Kelsey Copper, who led the team in scoring. Copper is a scorer first, and that is her job. She looks for her shot, and that is what you want from her. Angel Reese owned the glass, that is her lane. But Caitlin topped the efficiency list and the assist list while playing a spot she has never focused on. That is not just doing a little of everything. That is top-level basketball IQ.
So, MVP at the FIBA U19 Women's Basketball World Cup 2021. That's right, y'all read it correctly. This is not her first MVP. This is her second MVP. Man, she might be the greatest player ever, dog. This is crazy. She posted the best average efficiency, for her team. 14.6 was the second best score for the USA with 11.6 points, 52.9% shooting. Oh my goodness. And recorded a tournament best 6.4 assists. Come on, dog. Feeding everybody. You get a score. You get a score. You get the score. Oprah with the pass, baby. Now Clark will look to lead the way in the backcourt again when the USA land in Berlin this September and tip off their...
Even the official FIBA write-up matched what we all saw. They said Clark made her long-awaited senior tournament debut for her country and delivered a strong performance for the defending champions. And remember, this was her first senior tournament since the FIBA Under-19 World Cup in 2021, where she also won MVP. So this was not her first international MVP. It was her second. Think about the gap. 3 years between international tournaments. In that time, she became the all-time leading scorer in NCAA Division I history, took Iowa to back-to-back national title games, went first overall in the draft, won WNBA Rookie of the Year, and made the All-WNBA first team. Then she returns to international play and instantly wins MVP again. At this point, the steady results almost feel expected.
We knew this about Caitlin, right? We knew this. Like, we were like, fam, if y'all put her on the 2024 Olympic team, she is gonna do nothing but help the team win. We went over there and we struggled top to bottom with our guards. I mean, if it wasn't for Asia, we was not winning. Honestly, we was not winning the Olympics, right? Caitlin literally one of the best guards at the time, and people were mad that her fans, including myself, was saying she deserved to be on that roster, man. She has been balling, right? But they had all this other things going on in the background saying, oh, she needed to attend this, attend that. All right, cool, whatever. But we already knew if Caitlin joined the USA team, she was going to absolutely dominate. Fam, let's take a look at this. Just look at this, man. She's top in efficiency, second in points. Angel got the rebounds, first.
Now let's address the big question, because this run makes the 2024 Olympic roster choice look even harder to defend. USA Basketball went to Paris with a guard group that did not look smooth. Diana Taurasi and Sue Bird were gone. The team needed someone who could run the offense, break down defenses, and create shots for others. Caitlin Clark was available, coming off a historic rookie season, and she had already proven herself everywhere she played. But she was left home because of an unwritten rule about camps and paying dues. Then the team went to Paris and had a shaky path to gold. Aya Wilson had to carry them in multiple games. The guard play was up and down. Now Caitlin joins the national team for these qualifiers, and what happens? Tournament MVP, while being used out of position, and she still lifts everyone around her. That is exactly what she could have brought in Paris.
It's crazy, off the top, like, she's second in points, but top dog in assists. Can y'all imagine if Caitlin was selfish? Can y'all imagine if Caitlin was all about getting hers? Fam, she would have 30 points every game. Man, this is nuts, man. This is nuts. Like, the top scorer, K-Cop, is a scorer. She's not looking to really facilitate. She's not really looking to pass the ball like that. But you have Caitlin Clark, who looks to pass first, looks to share that rock, and was looking a bit passive throughout the tournament. Looking like she was trying to hold something back, if I'm not mistaken. Y'all tell me if I'm wrong. I was looking at Caitlin and I was like, Caitlin looked like she's hesitant. She's not trying to really take over the game like that. It's almost like Caitlin wanted everybody else to shine. At this point, man, let's
watch Caitlin's body language through this whole tournament, and you can tell it was intentional. She was not hunting shots, and she was not playing like she needed to prove a point every trip. At times she looked almost too controlled, choosing to involve teammates first and letting the game come to her. In Game 5 she did not shoot great and she still won MVP. That tells you how she approached the event. Yes, she had something to prove, but not in the loud way people expected. She proved she can fit into any system, accept any role, and even give up her normal game to help the team, and still end up being the most impactful player on the floor. That is not just talent. That is maturity and decision-making that many players do not reach until much later. And the fan vote was open. People could spam votes for whoever they wanted. The critics who have been coming at Caitlin since college had every chance to push the vote towards someone else. They tried, and she still won. Her play was so clear that even people rooting against her could not sell another choice. Now think about what this means for the World Cup in Berlin this September. USA Basketball has to plan their rotation knowing Caitlin can play multiple roles at a high level. She is not only a point guard on paper anymore. She showed she can be a real two-way wing who can defend, rebound, set up teammates, and score with strong efficiency. That kind of flexibility makes her one of the most valuable pieces on the roster. The international game is not the same as the WNBA. The three-point line is closer, the lane is wider, the refs allow more physical play, and Caitlin still dominated while being used out of position. When she returns to point guard for the World Cup with a full training camp and real chemistry with the group, she is going to be even tougher to deal with. But the main takeaway from Puerto Rico is not just stats or a trophy. It is what she showed about her overall game. Everyone already knew she can score and pass. What San Juan proved is that she can adjust, sacrifice her comfort, do what the team asks, and still control the tournament. That is what separates the rare players from everyone else. So when people ask if Caitlin Clark is the best player in women's basketball right now, point to Puerto Rico. Point to an MVP who won it while playing 4 of 5 games at a position she does not specialize in. Point to a player who led the tournament in assists while being asked to play off the ball. Point to someone who can have her main role taken away and still find a way to run the game. The critics spent the tournament trying to vote it away from her, and it did not matter, because you cannot argue with results when the gap is that obvious. The performance already gave the answer, and the message is not hard to understand.